Hello, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses and current Jehovah's Witnesses. I have with me a book today. It's a book that probably most of you have not seen, but it's actually quite an interesting one. It is, if you can read it. I can't even read it back to front. It's The New World Society, Jehovah's Witnesses, The New World Society by Marley. Now, this was actually, I believe, published with the help of the Jehovah's Witnesses and was originally a very much pro book regarding the Jehovah's Witnesses. So it's going to tell you all about, here's some of the wonderful chapters. Let's have a look at some of the chapters, shall we? It is truly awesome. I forget how I got it. I think my mum gave it to me. But here's the story. The Jehovah's Witnesses, their worldwide mission across 19 centuries. That's right, they've been going that long. C.T. Russell, prophet of the millennium. Have you ever heard the Jehovah's Witnesses mention C.T. Russell anymore? Apparently he was the prophet of the millennium, guys. You're missing out. He must have some fucking awesome things to say. J.F. Rutherford, the kingdom's here. Really? Where? Here now? Defending and legally establishing the good news. A nation without a country. Jehovah's Witnesses and the Bible. Doctrines of the New World. Appendices, the corporations of Jehovah's Witnesses. They'll be important. Their day in court. In the communist paradise. What did the president's parents believe? Charitable works of Jehovah's Witnesses. That must be a short chapter. It is, it's one page! And on a little bit more. Now, I urge you to get this book. I might try scan it or something so that people can get a copy of it. I don't know if it's easily got, but I'd like you to read something I think is very interesting, okay? And we're going to find here, it's regarding a court case that Russell had. I want you to remember that Russell was, according to this, the prophet of the millennium. Now, this is during his court case when he was getting divorced with his wife. And it says the following. One charge made against Mr. Russell was that he had perjured himself in court by saying that he knew Greek. Now, I would think, just saying, that if you're the prophet of the millennium and your job, a self-appointed job, is to basically reinterpret the Bible, it'd be pretty important that you knew Aramaic, Greek, stuff like that. Kind of the handy things to know. So anyway, it was charged that he had been perjured himself because he said that he knew Greek. The trial in question arose from an action brought by the pastor against a tract writer who, it wasn't the divorce, who Mr. Russell felt had slandered him. On March 17, 1913, before the police court of the city of Hamilton, Ontario, the pastor was asked, "You don't profess then to be schooled in the Latin language?" "No, sir." "Or in Greek?" "No, sir." He was then asked if he knew Hebrew letters, the Greek alphabet, and when he answered yes, his critics twisted his statement into the false and unwarranted allegation that he had said that he knew the Greek language. Apparently, he knew Greek. Well, I know Romanian. I know that it exists. But are they suggesting that I think Pastor Russell was a bullshitter? But anyway, what he did have, the pastor explained, was the schoolboy ability to look up an English word in Hebrew or Greek lexicon and thus find out what the original Hebrew or Greek term was. Having found it, he knew how to look up the Hebrew or Greek original in the dictionary that gave its definition in English. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. From Charles Russell's own mouth, he used Babelfish. That's the dedication. That's the prophet of the millennium for you. Now, as a little experiment to show Jehovah's Witnesses who may watch this, the level of intellect that Russell had and the level of skill he had in translating the Bible, I actually did this, okay? I did this. So what I did is I went to babelfish.com where you can post a little section of stuff and they'll translate it into one of about 10 languages. And all I did was the following. I translated the following scripture into for Babelfish from English to Japanese and then back again, okay? Which is basically what Russell claimed to do, except he did it into Greek. So we would assume, because I'm doing exactly the same thing as Russell, that it will be really accurate and brilliant and give us a new fucking understanding of the Bible, won't we? Yeah, let's see how that works. So this is what I put into Babelfish. Who really is the faithful and discreet slave whom his master appointed over his domestics to give them their food at the proper time? Happy is that slave if his master on arriving finds him doing so. Truly I say to you, he will appoint him over all his belongings. Brilliant. Okay, so let's see. Pastor Russell just went to the Greek, went to the English, mixed them all up, decided that's what it means. I did that with Babelfish and I got this. Give a feed during a proper conservative who really faithful to who, named master of his household slaves. Easy, my husband, until it is slave it is happy. Jehovah's Witnesses, find out about your history. It's friggin' ridiculous. Thanks for watching The Great Apostate. Like and subscribe if you like and subscribe.